This is Scotty Reed with a Black Talk Radio News Report, and we have a story coming out of Charlotte, North Carolina, where a woman appears to be assaulted by two other store owners or employees of the store. I'm not sure. There's a man and a woman, and I want you to take a look at this video, and then after we watch the video, we'll go over some of the Know Your Rights information from the aspect of a citizen who's being accused of shoplifting, or also from the store owner's perspective. So stay tuned after the video rolls and we'll go over some of those rights.
Here, check my bag. I'm telling you, I don't have it.
They should
Check
the bag.
I cannot believe
As you can see, the store owner is locking the door for anyone from leaving. Not sure that's legal.
No, I did not.
Did you pay for it? Did you pay for it? I'm trying to fix myself.
You know what? Y'all get me. I'm a female, so I'm a female. Are you serious?
So,
No, I did not.
the female
Oh, you're getting a whole lot. Get the fuck off me.
He's here at 3400 Wilson Boulevard.
is help
You have a hand going on here.
Get off me.
Your address is Misha, is down at Wilson Boulevard. Wilson Boulevard.
I cannot believe it.
One woman.
Get off me. I was not stealing.
You're stealing.
No, I was not. You checked my purse. Get off.
You hit me. No.
Get off me.
She's not able to get out.
I'm not going nowhere. You're choking me. You're choking me.
Now, I'm not sure that what the store owners or employees did there was entirely legal. So I went to the information highway, also known as the internet, to just look up some of this information. It is always important to know your rights. We talk about knowing your rights a lot in terms of interacting with police officers, but you also have rights in these situations when you're dealing with store owners, and store owners also have rights in terms of people shoplifting in their stores. So first of all, this information comes to you from Wiki how to legally detain a shoplifter. Shoplifting causes retail losses of billions of dollars each year in the United States. Therefore, it's understandable that merchants may wish to detain shoplifters and pursue legal action against them. However, the law surrounding shoplifting can be tricky, and it's very important that you avoid accusing someone without valid proof or handle their detention in an unreasonable manner. Otherwise, you could face charges yourself. This article outlines the best practices for spotting, stopping, and legally detaining a shoplifter. So, just to give you some background, they are accusing this woman of shoplifting fake eyelashes. They claiming they saw her put it in the bag and what have you. But according to this article, they did not handle that properly. Some would say, and I would tend to agree, they use excessive force, especially kicking the woman, punching the woman, throwing the woman to the ground, putting the woman in a chokehold. And again, most of the headlines is mostly talking about what the male did to the woman. But as you can see in the video, it was 2-on-1. It was a female store employee or co-owner and a male who, I would say, assaulted this woman, used excessive force in detaining her. Now, the information that I have talks about you have to allow the person to leave the store. They have to go outside of the store before you can detain them. Once they go outside of the store, then you can detain them and ask them to hand over the items and show you the items. At the same time, you should already have another employee calling the police to come to investigate the matter. But you cannot physically detain this person if they want to leave. So that is what I'm getting from this information that I'm reading. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Watch the suspect constantly. Once you start to suspect that a customer may be about to shoplift, it is essential that you keep a watchful eye on them at all times, even if you have to follow them around the store. You must actually see the suspect select the merchandise and attempt to walk out without paying with your own two eyes. Concealing merchandise is not a crime. It is only considered shoplifting if the person or persons attempt to leave with merchandise without paying. This happens frequently, especially among teenagers or the first-time shoplifter. They can get spooked and dump the merchandise. It goes on to say, wait until the suspect exits the store. Before you can legally detain a shoplifter, you must see them conceal the merchandise, watch them the entire time to make sure they don't dump the merchandise, and wait for them to exit the store with the merchandise still concealed on them or in their personal belongings. It is necessary to wait until the shoplifter is outside the store to disqualify the excuse that they intended to pay. If they bypass the register and the merchandise is not paid for and or they exit the store, depending upon store layout, this is when you can stop them. So I looked at several different articles. Again, this one comes from WikiHow. And this woman never exited the store because they locked the store doors and were physically restraining her from getting to the door to unlock it and exit the store. So according to this information, again, it can vary from state to state. This occurred in Charlotte, North Carolina, and so it could vary from state to state, but based off the information that I have looked up, pretty much it says that this was an illegal detention, and I would also say it rises to the level of an assault. As terms of the police eventually did arrive there, no one was arrested. They didn't arrest any of the shopkeepers, and they did not arrest the woman who was accused of shoplifting. So based off of what she said, that is the person who was accused of shoplifting and excessive force used in her detention, her illegal detention, if I was her, I would contact an attorney. All right, this is Scotty Reed with a Black Talk Radio News Report. Support independent Black media by making a tax-deductible donation today to blacktalkmediaproject.org.